Chapter 6195. At night in Dubai, Jacob dragged his tired body from the hotel in the city to the airport alone. Since the return ticket he purchased was economy class, he could only sit on the hard bench next to the boarding gate and wait for the gate to open. While waiting, he opened the website of the Oris Hill Charity Foundation with heartbreak, found their donation account, and planned to transfer 300,000 yuan to the foundation. The reason why he chose to donate the money to the Oris Hill Charitable Foundation was because he saw many antique dealers in his circle of friends, all discussing Liang Yun's donation of 10 million to the Oris Hill Charitable Foundation. Today, Liang Yun has become famous in the antique street, and he has suddenly become the most handsome boy in the entire antique street. Some people admire his strong level, some are envious of his ability to make a comeback, and some are jealous that he made 20 million in one night. Such a huge sum of money. And Liang Yun was also very straightforward. As soon as the news of the 20 million yuan spread, he contacted the Oris Hill Charity Foundation and donated 10 million yuan in his own name. And it was a direct transfer without any sloppiness. The main reason why Liang Yun wanted to donate 10 million was to try to reduce and slow down people's envy and jealousy towards him. A person's sudden wealth will inevitably make many people feel uncomfortable. But if half of the money earned is suddenly lost, many uncomfortable people will naturally feel much better. Jacob originally felt extremely depressed when he thought about donating the 300,000 yuan. But when he thought about Liang Yun donating 10 million, he felt relieved a lot. At this time, he also hesitated in his heart, thinking, should I donate this money now? Or wait until I meet Liang Yun and make sure he forgives me before donating? Thinking of this, he thought to himself, if I donate now, it will probably make him think that I am sincere enough. At this time, it is better not to make a fool of myself and just donate first. At least it can show my attitude, even if Liang Yun has to call the police. I would have already donated the money when the police came to find me, so I can try to get leniency no matter what. At this thought, he gritted his teeth and transferred 300,000 to the foundation. After the transfer was completed, he immediately carefully downloaded the transfer voucher to his mobile phone. When he returned, he planned to show it to Liang Yun and beg him to let him go. The return flight is definitely torture for someone of Jacob's age who lacks exercise. The comfort of the seats in the economy class was far worse than that in the first class. In addition, the flight was almost full. Jacob was squeezed between two men. The flight was very painful. During the 8-hour flight, he didn't even have a moment of sleep. When the plane landed in Oris Hill, Jacob felt that half of his life was gone. When he got off the plane, he stood up and his legs were shaking. After finally getting out of the airport, he immediately took out a disposable mask and put it on for fear of being recognized. Then he lined up a taxi at the entrance of the airport. As soon as he got in the car, he couldn't wait to say to the driver, "Hello, please go to the antique street." Seeing his anxious look, the taxi driver said with a smile, "You are so anxious to go to the antique street after getting off the plane. You came to Oris Hill from other places specifically to pick up the antiques, right?" He said angrily, "I'm a local. Besides, there are so many leaks that are easy to pick up. Don't leave them to others. It's just like burning incense." The driver smiled and said, "You, a local, didn't go home as soon as you got off the plane. Instead, you want to go to the antique street and say you don't want to pick up the leaks." After that, the driver said, "Actually, let alone you, even I want to go to the antique street to pick up the leaks. We work so hard to drive a taxi to some every penny for a few thousand at the end of the month. But there are some who can make 20 million in one night. But I can't make that much money even if I drive a taxi until I die." Jacob knew that he must be talking about Liang Yun. And he felt even more uncomfortable, and his tone was a bit uncomfortable. He said displeasedly, "I am going to the antique street to do errands, not to pick up leaks." The driver asked curiously, "Isn't it to pick up leaks? Then you haven't heard about what happened yesterday, right?" After saying that, he said happily, Let me tell you, this thing is so magical that even a movie would not dare to be shot like this. A few idiots bought a cultural relic worth a high price and wanted to deceive a boss in the antique street. Who would have thought that the fake cultural relic bought by these idiots is actually... Jacob was almost furious. He wanted to yell at the talkative driver that I was one of those idiots. But his reason still made him change his explanation. Sorry, I've been on a plane for 8 hours. I'm so tired. I want to sleep for a while. The driver asked in surprise, "Hey, you came back from abroad? Which country?" Jacob closed his eyes and uttered one word, "Dubai." The driver immediately said, "Ouch. I heard that Dubai is getting rich, isn't it? They say that the Burj Al Arab is a 7-star hotel or an 8-star hotel or something like that. One can't finish shopping in Dubai's big shopping malls in a few days. Is it really that great?"